Hello and welcome to Find Out Nation. I'm one of your hosts, Jamie,
I'm one of your hosts, Nicole.
and we're here to talk about what happens when a nation starts fucking around and finding out. Nicole, I know we got to remove one of our
We did.
countdowns,
We
which was
did.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Shockingly, we are not really able to remove any of our others because we're still in this fucking war that won't
Yeah.
ever end. But
Yes.
although Marco Rubio came on the other day and said, "Oh, we're done. We've met all the objectives. Go fuck yourself, sir." But anyway, that's two F bombs in the first 37 seconds of this show. So I'm going to slow my roll and let you share how are our countdowns going?
We have 164 days to the midterms.
Oh my God. That's
No.
fast.
I
It's coming
know.
up. That's
It really
exciting.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 487 in to this presidency.
Okay.
I know. And we are 83 days in to the Iran war.
83 days into the, what do they call it? Operation
Epic Fury? Epic Fury, I think.
Epic Fury. Yes.
Yeah.
Trump says we're all done with Epic Fury. We met all of our objectives. Everything is done with Epic Fury. If we have to go in and do an additional military event, he's going to call it Epic Fury Plus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I got to say, the branding is on point, like on fucking point. Just, yes, Epic Fury Plus. Nothing screams Epic Fury like adding the plus at the end.
Plus
Disney Plus.
Yes.
There's
Correct.
a plus.
Right. Yeah, Paramount Plus. Yes.
Paramount
yes.
Plus. There's a plus.
I love it. Yeah.
Yes. Definitely Epic Fury Plus. There we go.
I feel like our military folks would be interested to hear that we've met all of our objectives and we're done, considering, they're still there.
Yes, we are.
They're still in the region.
Indeed.
Interesting.
Yes, the Iran war is still raging, even though we apparently have met our objectives. Gas prices are well over $4 a gallon here in little old Kansas City.
Wouldn't you love to be able to tell your boss, I met all my objectives, and not have to actually prove that? And your boss just says,
in all fairness, my boss, I'm real loud and obnoxious, which most of our listeners know about me. So none of this will be surprising. And so, I just tell him, bitch, I met my objectives, period.
Can you imagine just being like, yeah, objectives met. Don't question me. Don't ask for any hard evidence.
White men have been doing this for years. Like in my company, we have a team that runs a product that when we don't meet our objectives, then we just change the objectives so that we can be sure to meet them. Like that's yes. So, you want to, I don't know, sell 10,000 tennis balls. We're only going to sell 2,000 tennis balls. Great news. We just changed our objective to be sell 2,000 tennis balls. Yay. We're the best. That's how that team works.
I need to be on that team. I need to figure out how to live my life in that way.
I feel like this is consistent with corporate America these days, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
That's just what corporate America does. Indeed.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So we've met all of our objectives, apparently. Again, gas prices in town are well over $4. Iran is continuing to only allow certain vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. still has its blockade in place. Nothing has changed.
Literally nothing.
Israel is continuing to bomb Lebanon with 10 people killed today, including several paramedics and at least one child. The Iranian ambassador went to the UN and argued that the U.S. blockade is violating international law since it's preventing essential goods, medicine, and healthcare from getting to Iran, which it is.
Yeah.
Today, Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal went to Iran to help with the negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. At this point, it's becoming embarrassing. We're not even having negotiations. We have to send in Pakistan to have these conversations.
Fucking Pakistan.
I know, girl. Marco Rubio went on the TV and said, yeah, there was a little bit of movement, which is good, but there are still unresolved differences about Iran's nuclear enrichment. So we should have a plan B. I love that Republicans are advertising Plan B these days. That's
I love it.
hilarious.
Yes, I have some in my hall closet if they'd like to borrow some.
Us too. And Iran has said in no uncertain terms that turning over the enriched uranium that they have, which again is not nuclear weapons grade enriched uranium, it's specifically for running a nuclear energy program, but okay, that will continue to be their deal breaker. Like, we're not turning over uranium, and it's stealing. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just blatant stealing. So what the fuck? Democrats introduced a bill that would limit Trump's continued free-for-all use of the military for this fucking war. It really was just designed to kind of rein that in and give control back to Congress. The House was expected to vote on the resolution on Wednesday this week, as they finally have said we'll have the votes. So we know that there are some GOP House members that are gone. They have now the 4 Republicans that are voting with the Democrats, and the one, from what I understand, the one Democratic holdout said, okay, no, I'm going to vote with the Democrats this time. So Democrats were sure that they had the votes to get the measure passed. Republicans blocked it from being voted on. Because why wouldn't we?
Right.
Like, honestly, I mean, it's a symbolic vote. We all know this. It's a symbolic vote. Trump's going to veto it as soon as it comes across his desk. There's just no doubt. But, you know, people hate this fucking war, and you know people are pissed about gas prices. How in the world are you? And you know what it is. It's because then they'll be the ones responsible for the fucking war, and everyone knows it. So they don't want to be responsible for the war. They don't want to be responsible for getting us out of the war. So of course they're not going to. Of course, Democrats are fucking pissed. Representative Jared Huffman of California said, we've gone from losing by 1 to tying last week to this chicken shit retreat they did tonight, which anytime a representative uses the phrase chicken shit, I'm for it. I'm for it. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Democrats are pissed. I can't, like, I understand why, but I cannot fathom giving away your power like this.
Right.
It's insane.
And they're not going to do anything about it. And so then the Trump administration is now going to pivot to Cuba.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
And, you know, we are the reason why the Cuban people are fucking starving right now.
Yes. We know that.
But, you know, so like you said, Iran was a distraction for the Epstein files. And so now Cuba's going to be a distraction from Iran. It's just going to fucking just.
And can I make a proposition on this channel really quick that we call them the Trump Epstein files? I feel like we should.
I like that.
If you noticed in last week's podcast, in the title, I included Trump Epstein files.
Yeah.
I would really prefer us, because, you know, Trump is named so many times in the files.
Yeah.
I feel like it's time that, and let's be honest, Trump has done more than anyone else in the universe for preventing those files release. At this point, I feel like, I mean, he's earned it. If I fight that hard for my dog, I get to call her my dog.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I believe that. I propose that in the future, if we can remember it, can we please refer to it as the Trump Epstein files versus just the Epstein files? I love this. I love this journey for you. Yeah. I love this little bit of New Yorker, go fuck yourself in all of us. So
yes, okay, I love it.
All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to distract.
No, it's fine.
But you're right. Like, it's all just because we've seen it over and over and over again. It's all just everything's a grift. Everything is a cover up. Everything is just, I want to distract from this. I want to distract from that. I want to distract from this, instead of actually dealing with the problems that we have, and the primary
and
problem
the problems they're creating. You're creating fucking problems where there weren't any problems. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, I just, I don't fucking know. I mean, and like I said last week, every fucking billboard in this country should be plastered with, I don't think about Americans.
Oh, no shit. I can't believe we have not heard more about
Yeah.
it. Now, I will say that in general, I think that it got a lot of press, but to your point, I can't believe that more politicians didn't come out and were like, holy
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Like, I
I
expected
hope.
commercials to start running this week on my TV with that shit. Instead, what
Me
I'm
too.
seeing from Missouri politicians is, I'm just like President Trump. I'm not a career politician. And I'm like, in 2026, this is still a winning strategy.
Well,
Wow.
we'll find out if it is or not, but honest to God, Nicole, how are you still watching fucking ads?
Girl, I won't pay for it with that. I won't. I know. Fucking Hulu, my live TV. It's like $95 a month, and that's live TV. So yeah, I still get commercials.
We turned off Hulu. I don't even do that anymore.
Oh,
If
really?
I need live TV, I'll go to like Peacock and watch their live TV. If we're having like weather, I have a TV antenna for football games. And otherwise, I got rid of that shit. And now, like every streaming service, premium. I don't watch
Yeah.
ads.
No. Yeah. Yeah. No, we still are old school over here. We still have commercials and ads.
I hear you. All right. You got to do what you got to do. Hey, listen, you got to do what you got to do. Okay. So yeah, I haven't seen an ad yet. The only time that I'll see ads pop up is if my, like if I'm over at my mom and dad's house or whatever, then I might see an ad over there or whatever. But in all fairness, yeah, I just don't do ads anymore. So I haven't seen them. So you'll have to keep me abreast
Yeah.
of what Missouri ads are like and what Kansas ads are like, because I'll be really interested to see like how that is. You'll have to keep me up to date on those.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who oppose the Iran war, and I want you to know, I searched this person on Wikipedia to see if she had some sort of cutesy middle name, but she does not. At least not according to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard announced her resignation today.
Yeah.
It had been rumored for a while because we know that Trump and Tulsi have not gotten along, especially over the Iran war. You know, she specifically left the Democratic Party citing wokeness and warmongering. Mm-hmm. She gave a speech like a year ago where she talked about warmongering and being on the brink of nuclear fallout.
Yeah.
She's very anti-war. And so to be honest, like I anticipated her having a stronger reaction when we went to war with Iran.
Right.
So the fact that she didn't and even got up in front of the committee, the hearing, and like tried to defend it, like she didn't exactly defend it, and she at least didn't completely lie the way that Pam Bondi lied. But she certainly did not like admit anything either.
Yeah.
When she went up. So honestly, I thought at that point she would be fired. We know she hasn't been happy for a while. Trump's not been happy for a while. She cited her husband's recent diagnosis. She said, unfortunately, I must submit my resignation effective June 30th, 2026. My husband, Abraham, has recently been diagnosed with an extremely rare form of bone cancer. He faces major challenges in the coming weeks and months. At this time, I must step away from public service to be by his side and fully support him through this battle. How much do we think it's the bone cancer and how much do we think it's...
Girl, it's not. It's 100%. It's him saying, or it's Stephen Miller saying, I expect your resignation or he's going to fire you. Like, do you want to decide to step away or do you want him to fire you? Which one do you want? You know? And and so the bone cancer just makes it more palatable, right? Like it's easier to tell the American people I'm stepping away because my husband is going through a horrible thing and this is why I'm stepping away. And it saves Trump having to, lie about her. And I love Tulsi and we're moving her over here to where she can be part of the American Shield with Pam Bondi or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, and she'll disappear. I have no doubt we will not hear from her again.
I don't think so either. I mean, she tried her bid as a Democrat presidential candidate. Then she went independent and now she's a Republican. And not only is she Republican, she's MAGA. I didn't know. So I did check out her Wikipedia article, which kids, Wikipedia articles are not valid references in
That's
school.
Right.
Yes, documents.
That's right.
So I'm well aware that I'm citing Wikipedia on this, but in her Wikipedia article, her dad was like super into anti-gay programs and led I didn't know that. Like, I thought that was interesting. Yeah. So
Wasn't
if you
her
get a
dad in the
chance
military?
and want to check her out, because he ended up being like a senator as well.
A senator. Okay. I was going to say, I knew he was in like our military or in our government or something like that. I thought, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I guess, what was the thing that he ran? It was like the committee on a traditional man and a woman or something like that. Like he was very,
Christ.
Yeah. Here it is. She was also associated with her father's the Alliance for Traditional Marriage and Values and Anti-Gay Marriage Political Action Committee. So, like, she grew up in a fairly conservative household in that way, and so I'm kind of like, what brought you to the Democratic Party? Like, what exactly did you think? Why? Anyway, who the hell knows? So so that is Tulsi Gabbard. She is gone.
R.I.P.
This just is not surprising, and of course, the assistant is going to take her spot.
Yeah, and oh god, and we're just going to leave assistant
director of the, what is it? What was she? Like the intelligence, the director of intelligence, right?
Yeah, national intelligence. Yeah, something like
so.
Right?
Yeah, it's the director of national intelligence. So the assistant director of the national intelligence will take over for her when she leaves on June 1st. So it's coming up very quickly.
Oh, she's leaving on June 1st or June 30th?
I thought it was June 1st, but I could be wrong. It's not
that
like
makes
I
more sense if he's going to be starting treatment. You know what I mean? So I mean, oh god. And Trump won't appoint anybody. He'll just leave the acting, just like we're doing with fucking Todd Blanche. Like, we'll just leave the acting in place. Like, Jesus Christ.
No shit. Well, speaking of Todd Blanche, can we talk about the $1.8 billion?
Yes.
Reserved for the goddamn idiot insurrectionists. Like, this is the thing that has my blood boiling this week. So, for anyone that has been under a rock, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche signed off on a $1.776 billion fund for insurrectionists that committed treason when they participated in the January 6th riot. The official act of the Justice Department was to create a fund to compensate people who feel they've been unjustly investigated and persecuted, coupled with a guarantee of immunity from tax audits for Trump and his family. Okay, Trump was suing the DOJ for $1 bajillion when they raided his Mar-a-Lago home and for the illegal release of his tax documents. So the way that Trump is making this sound, and I have not read in any of the articles that I read, and I read Associated Press and I read CNN and I read a couple of other places. None of the articles have out and out said that, like, yep, Trump said this was his settlement. He's decided to settle with the DOJ, not take payment, and instead they have to agree to no tax audits and this slush fund for insurrectionists. No article has out and out said that. But if you've heard any of Trump, so Trump was adamant that he wasn't part of this settlement deal.
Right.
And it very much, he makes it sound like, I didn't take a settlement. I didn't force the DOJ to give me this settlement money because I'd rather them spend the money on taking care of everyday Americans that are being persecuted for and prosecuted for their political beliefs. Okay. Well, it's not surprising. Even the Republicans think this is absolutely fucking crazy. The Associated Press says Blanche had a tense meeting with GOP lawmakers Thursday, shortly after Senate Republicans abruptly left Washington without voting on a roughly $70 billion bill to fund immigration enforcement agencies. This is what Mitch McConnell said of this. And it's literally might be the only fucking time I've ever agreed with this fucking man in his fucking life. So the nation's top law enforcement official is asking for a slush fund to pay people who assault cops. Utterly stupid, morally wrong. Take your pick, he said.
Yeah.
It is. And he's not fucking wrong. It's absolutely either the stupidest thing you could do or you're absolutely morally bankrupt to do it. Of course, the press lambasted Todd Blanche and was like, you're just doing this to make Trump love you. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, this is the right thing to do. Da, 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 da. Since then, there have been dose lawsuits. Mm-hmm. I know you know about the one where the police officers filed their lawsuit. Yeah. This was filed in Washington, D.C. by former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn and MPD Officer Daniel Hodges, who defended the Capitol on January 6th, along with other current and former police officers. They argue that the fund threatens their safety and could unlawfully finance individuals and paramilitary groups that attack the Capitol. Today, a coalition lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia by a coalition including a former January 6th prosecutor, Common Cause, the National Abortion Federation, and the City of New Haven. They allege the fund establishes a politically discriminatory compensation policy, which it obviously fucking does.
Yeah, what I love about this is that when Blanche was testifying in front of Congress about it, he kept saying, anybody is welcome to apply. Anybody can apply. We're not saying that anybody... Right. But see, here's what happens. When Jim Comey applies, because you guys have tried twice now, you've indicted him twice now, you're not going to honor his request.
You're not going to pay
When
him.
Letitia James does it, you're not going to honor her request. But when Ghislaine Maxwell does it, and you pay out Ghislaine Maxwell with taxpayer fucking dollars, or Enrique Tarrio with taxpayer fucking dollars.
Okay, but is there a world where they pass this fund and Trump makes a claim against it?
Well, see, that's what they keep saying. That's what fucking Blanche keeps saying, is that Trump and his family can't get any of this money. You fucking know that's a lie. You know it's a fucking lie. When his tax returns were released, he, if I have the timing right, was president. It was his Department of Justice that the guy worked for that leaked the tax returns. And the guy got in trouble for it and went to jail for it. So he was the president at the time that happened. He's then suing his Department of Justice for that, for $10 billion was what the original lawsuit was. And now we're supposed to act like he's a fucking hero because he's willing to settle for 1.776.
Right.
And no further, which this is a quote that I saw that I was like, that's exactly fucking right, is, hold on, sorry. It was about the tax returns. John Koskinen, a former IRS commissioner who served from 13 to 17, said the expanded settlement sets a terrible precedent that could effectively generate a windfall for Trump. It makes you wonder what the president has to hide in his tax returns. He's apparently been actively trading in the stock market, and since he knows more about situations than the average investor, he's probably generated significant taxable earnings. Not auditing his returns is the same as giving him an easy way to receive money from the government.
Well, it's not him. It's his boys. Well, they're the ones that are trading.
Yeah, but I think
I believe that it's possible that Trump for sure is making money off of this.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he and his whole fucking family are immune.
Are exempt from it.
They're exempt. I'm like, it's his boys. Mm-hmm. You know it is. Like all these prediction market things.
Yeah. And what the hell is...
I'm positive.
And Jared and Ivanka have all kinds of investments overseas and shady fucking shit they're doing over there with Russia and everything else because he's like the fucking envoy to whatever. You know what I mean?
I know, but all of that is... I have not heard of any of that being actually illegal. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yes.
And so...
It's just the fucking grift of it. Yeah.
It's right. But... insider trading is absolutely illegal. Like, and if you're going to go after Martha Stewart, you're going to go after Donald fucking Trump and his whole fucking family. I swear to God, because you don't come from Martha Stewart. You go for those fucking idiots.
Yeah.
By far, this is the thing that like this slush fund, this settlement, this plan is the thing that absolutely has my blood boiling, especially knowing how much how much they had to fight for the 9/11 fund, and they didn't want to fund the 9/11 fund, and we fought and we fought and we fucking fought about it. And now we're absolutely sure here's $1.8 billion.
Yeah. We're just going to roll over.
Yeah. Not just roll over. We're going to hand it to you on a platter.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, the officers that have filed their lawsuit are exactly right. This is rewarding really poor, horrible behavior. And it's only going to embolden them in the future to continue doing what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, what it's doing. So the reality is, right, is that we should have prosecuted those people as treasonous, which we did. Like a lot of people got prosecuted as treasonous, which is exactly what should have happened to them. So now what you're saying is, okay, you know, we can prosecute people, we can find them guilty for treason, we can send them to jail, but then we're going to make sure that they get a payout after they get out of jail. What it's doing is making sure people like MAGA feel comfortable if Democrats win big in the midterm like they're expected to. Now we can call into question and people can riot, and we can, like, we have to make a safe space for rioters so that they know that they are going to be able to defend themselves if they get into that position, which absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't believe Republicans don't see what they're doing.
That there's not more Republicans outraged about it. Yeah.
To your point, I grew up with a very naive belief in our American government, our American way of life, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and the mutually agreed upon value in those. I believe that everyone, and especially the President of the United States, had a love and a respect for our country and its rights and its values, that we were all on the same team. Right. And now seeing that all they're doing is everything they can to undermine elections, reverse, you know, the power of Congress, take away all the power from the Supreme Court, you know, basically stack everything so that they can cheat to stay in power. Is at this point, what's the value there? What is your value? Like the value of being a participant in our government is the respect and the, you know, the love that you have for this country and its government. Yeah. So these people that like absolutely have no reverence for it, it's just astounding to me. And the fact that, like, you know, Mark's family talk like they have a reverence for this country. And so how are you not saying no?
Are you outraged? How are you not outraged? And I have never understood from the moment January 6th happened. They are the party of back the blue. They're the party of the Democrats don't like, you know, the Democrats are soft on crime. They don't respect our law enforcement. They don't like, you know, they've always been that fucking party. They've always painted the Democrats as anti-cop. And then January 6th happens, and we're literally watching with our own fucking eyes these officers be brutalized on national TV by these fucking thugs that the president sent to the Capitol. And now we're going to fucking pay him out?
Now we're going to pay him out. It's insanity.
Now they're the fucking victims? Like, Jesus Christ.
I know. We're literally going to pay off people who commit treason.
Yeah. Because they committed the right kind of treason, so I guess that's why.
Yes.
Got it.
They committed the right You're not wrong. That's exactly what it is. So keep an eye on what's happening with the anti-weaponization fund. I have to believe that it's going to not end up. I will be shocked if. Yeah.
Well, it makes me wonder if he isn't aware, and I'm saying this only because I got an alert late in the day that he canceled all of his weekend plans. He is staying in Washington at the White House. He's not going to Don Jr.'s wedding. He's not, which that was never really a plan, I don't think, but he did have plans to go to one of his golf courses. He was not going to be in Washington, D.C. this weekend, and he has decided to stay. So it makes me wonder if they're not trying to do some type of damage control because of this. Because why? Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't ever stay in Washington, D.C. He's always at one of his golf courses on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I don't think he was ever planning on going to Don Jr.'s wedding because he doesn't like his fucking kids except for Ivanka. But the fact that he's decided to stay in D.C. for the weekend, I think that's super interesting.
He's not going to John Jr.'s wedding?
No. He told the press he wasn't. He was asked by the press yesterday, I think, about it. And he told the press that Don would really like him to go and that he would like to go. But, you know, this is not a good time for him right now. He's got this little thing called Iran going on that he needs to focus on, is what he told the press. And that, you know, he wishes them well, but he just, you know, can't really go. But he didn't officially, like, they didn't cancel his weekend plans to go to his golf course until late today. And then they came out and said that he was staying in Washington, D.C. for the weekend.
I can't believe. Is Melania going?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
I seriously, Nicole, I'm flabbergasted. I cannot believe that he would not, like, to your point, it's well aware that the only child that Don cares about is Ivanka, but still.
Yeah.
To not go to his wedding?
Well, and then this week, it also came out in the press that Don Jr.'s ex-wife, you know, the mother of, like, what, his 4 or 5 kids, 3 kids, they've got, like, fucking, they're not unbabied. Let's be clear.
Underbabied,
yes. She's got cancer. I think it's breast cancer or something like that. That came out this week. Yeah. So, yeah.
I saw that Don was getting married on, like, the small island in the Bahamas, and, like, there's supposed to be a bunch of people there. So I was like, okay, but I really was just sure. So, nope. Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah, not going.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Trump is like, he'll get married 4 more times, you know.
Correct. He's going to follow in his daddy's footsteps. It doesn't really matter.
That's right. Like, Trump knows that Don this is not permanent.
No.
We hold the same reverence for Don's marriages as we do for his own marriages, right?
Exactly.
So, okay, it is what it is.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
He'll meet his next wife while he's married to this one.
Indeed, you're not wrong. Okay, so speaking of the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
And yeah. So the DOJ brought charges against Kilmar Abrego Garcia. And we all remember Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He was the one that was inappropriately sent to El Salvador. Even though they said, don't fucking send the plane to El Salvador. Don't send him to El Salvador. They still put him on a fucking plane. And then when they got there, even though a bunch of, like, politicians went over and visited with them, they're like, well, we don't know how to get him back.
Yeah, we don't know how that works. The plane only goes one way.
The plane only goes one way. The way they got him back was to convince the dipshit president of El Salvador that, we're going to prosecute him for human trafficking of illegals into the United States. Let me just adjust my brassiere on the podcast. Fine. Apologies there for anyone on video. Anyway, so, you know, they got him back. He was returned to the United States on Friday to face criminal charges related to what the Trump administration said was a large human smuggling operation that brought immigrants into the country illegally. Okay. Today, a judge not only dismissed the case, but in no uncertain terms was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my God.
And this is U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw from Nashville, Tennessee, who I did have to look up Waverly Crenshaw because that is a great
name. Fucking name.
Shit.
That's a great
name. He was appointed by Obama.
Okay. So he's a woke judge. Got it.
Yes. The evidence before this court sadly reflects an abuse of prosecuting power. U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw said in his ruling granting Abrego Garcia's motion to dismiss for selective or vindictive prosecution. Without Abrego Garcia's successful lawsuit challenging his removal to El Salvador, the government would not have brought this prosecution. Like, there's no doubt. This judge is like, if he had not made Trump look like an idiot, he never would have gotten these charges never would have been brought. Yep. Okay. How many times do you have to be told your prosecution of these people is ridiculous before you stop?
Before you stop fucking doing it.
Before you stop it's not been successful. It's not been successful. At what point do you stop?
Oh my God, I love it.
I know. I'm dying to see, because I think the 8647 James Comey is still pending. And so I'm dying to see what that judge's ruling is, because it's got to be even like more, are you fucking kidding me, than this one was, right?
Yes, has to be.
But I absolutely loved that. Speaking of lawsuits not going his way, the Trump administration has also been working hard on getting voter roll information from around the country. The DOJ has sued 30 states to try and force them to turn over their voter registration rolls. I did some research to find out, like, what is the main motivation to get voter registration rolls? Because, of course, they'll tell you that it's, to ensure illegals aren't voting and blah, blah, blah. But, like, every Democratic website's like, specifically so that they can, number one, use that for better gerrymandering. So number two is like trying to get people off of those voter rolls, to look for people specifically that they can get off voter rolls. So the DOJ sued 30 states. U.S. District Judge James Peterson in Wisconsin had recently come in and said, absolutely not. We're going to grant the motion to dismiss the latest lawsuit in Wisconsin. He said the state's voter registration list is not a record that can be requested under the Civil Rights Act of 1960, as President Donald Trump's administration argued. Then in Maine, Chief U.S. District Judge Lance Walker described the government's claim that it's part of the Civil Rights Act of 1960 was half-hearted. Both granted motions to dismiss their suing of the states. These rulings were the latest, according to the Associated Press. These rulings were the latest in a string of defeats for the Trump administration. Its attempts to force states to turn over voter rolls. In addition to Maine and Wisconsin, judges have rejected similar attempts in Arizona, California, Massachusetts, Michigan, Oregon, and Rhode Island. And in Georgia, the judge dismissed it because the lawsuit had been filed in the wrong city. Again,
fucking clowns.
How many times do you have to be told, go fuck yourself, before you stop trying?
But you know what kills me is that but for the judges, they would get it all. I mean, Nicole, the judges are what's stopping it. Because Congress is not doing anything.
Everywhere. Judges are what's stopping it everywhere. And so if you watched Last Week Tonight from John Oliver, the problem is, like, so the judges will throw these cases out and be like, you're crazy. And like, once a judge throws out your case, you can't appeal it or whatever. But to your point, when judges fail Trump, he does an executive order. Then if he gets sued, now they're working on these shadow dockets that, so John Oliver in his episode of last week, this is going to sound so dumb, not this prior week, but the week before, John Oliver did a whole thing on shadow dockets. And I really encourage you guys, if you get a chance to watch it, to go out and watch it, because it is pretty interesting. But what he said was that, like, shadow docket was really supposed to be for things like stays of execution, things that are irreversible, like, because in general, the way that an appeal is supposed to happen is, you know, you have a lawsuit, a judge reviews it, and then says, yeah, we can go on.
Okay.
There's a kid in my yard.
Oh, geez.
to like, I know this is terrible, but I'm about to do the old lady, get out of my yard.
Get off my yard. Get off my lawn. Are they playing?
They're playing in my yard.
Oh God.
Yeah, and Betty, of course, is going nuts. Okay. Let them play. It's fine. It's okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay.
Shadow
what were we
docket.
talking about?
Shadow docket. John Oliver shadow dockets. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in a traditional, like, you go through your lawsuit, and then if they want to appeal it, you appeal it, and it goes to a circuit court. Then it goes to like the next court up, whatever that is. And then it goes to the Supreme Court. And then like the Supreme Court is supposed to get a whole bunch of information and get like like people can testify, and they're supposed to like get experts to come and talk to them before they actually do a ruling. Well, with a shadow docket, what they do instead is they're saying, hey, this is pending appeal, and we want to go ahead and be able to, I don't know, fire all trans people from the military. And yeah, it's on appeal, but we want to be able to do that. Technically, a shadow docket's only supposed to be used in cases where, like, if not acting is going to create a problem. But the reality here is that that's not the case. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is the only thing that they get is like the initial submission of what happened. So we saw this recently on the ruling on the gerrymandering maps.
Yeah. Yeah. The Voting Rights Act
on the Voting Rights Act.
Yeah.
That's right. Where the opinion that was submitted by the Supreme Court had bad data in it.
Yes.
And that's what they're using to rule against.
Yeah. Which is why they shouldn't be using shadow dockets.
That's right. Yeah. And so like the shadow docket was used sparingly and normally only in cases of, again, stays of execution, where obviously once you execute someone, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so this is where like, cause like the shadow docket was only used like very sparingly before with other presidents, but Donald Trump, especially in this administration, has like, it's 35 times the amount that he used it in his own prior administration to make sure that like things were happening. So this is becoming a big problem, is using the shadow docket to basically like force the Supreme Court to act on something that they don't really know anything about and haven't heard full and complete arguments about it. And like, it's basically taking away their power that's my opinion. And judges are really pissed about it and this whole thing. So if you get a chance, watch it. But yeah, so at the end of the day, like having judges that are competent and are actually going through the US legal system, like that, and governors are like the last lines of defense at this point.
Yeah, literally the last lines of defense. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. I want to pivot.
Okay.
You have a story that I have heard nothing about, so I want you to tell me
about
what's going on with Nancy Mace.
Nancy Mace. Good old Nancy Mace is proposing a constitutional amendment. Now, full disclosure, when I initially heard about this, it was on a reel on Instagram. And the way that it was presented, I was like, oh, this is fucking gold. Then I started doing some digging and I'm like, okay, it's not as detrimental. I mean, like, it's still shitty and it's still xenophobic and racist and all the things. But like, I thought it was going to have way more impact on Republicans than it does. Anyway, Nancy Mace is proposing a constitutional amendment that would prohibit naturalized U.S. citizens from serving in Congress, becoming federal judges, or holding Senate-confirmed positions.
Why?
In a statement Wednesday on X, Mace said she introduced a long overdue joint resolution for the constitutional amendment, noting this is the very same standard the president and vice president are required to meet. So her reason for it is that for far too long, we have allowed foreign-born members to hold seats in this government while making clear they are America last, not America first. We see it every day. This constitutional amendment will put an end to it. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the data that I dug up on this. And I got this reporting from The Hill. There are currently 26 foreign-born members of Congress, including 19 Democrats and 7 Republicans. She specifically singled out 3 Democrats born in foreign countries to make her case for the constitutional amendment: Ilhan Omar, Sri Thanadir, and Pramila Jayapal. So Jayapal and Thanadir responded. Thanadir's comment was fucking gold. She said, gas prices have skyrocketed, people can't afford healthcare, and housing is through the roof. Instead of working to solve people's problems, Rep. Mace is making racist and xenophobic attacks against me and my colleagues. Her comments are reprehensible, but it's clear that this is what we can expect from MAGA, the party of protecting pedophiles, starting wars, and rising costs. So I did some digging. Yes, I told you it was gold. So GOP members not born on U.S. soil, okay? Because, so again, not all of them are as big of a deal, but we have Juan Ciscomani out of Arizona. He legally immigrated from Mexico with his family as a child and obtained lawful permanent resident status in 2006. He would not be able to have his position in Congress.
Yeah.
Andrew Clyde, Dennis Crenshaw, David Rouser, and David Rouser, all were born to American citizens on foreign soil, either because their parents were military or whatever, so they don't really count. But Carlos Jimenez, was born in Havana and immigrated to Florida with his family during the Cuban Revolution, would not be able to hold his position. Young Kim, she immigrated from South Korea when she was 12 and would not hold her position. Victoria Spartz is from Ukraine and came in to the United States in 2000 on a spousal visa, would not be able to hold her position. Current senators, Bernie Moreno out of Ohio, born in Bogota, Colombia, immigrated to the U.S. when he was 5, became a U.S. citizen at 18. And then Mazie Hirono, she is obviously a Democrat, but became a U.S. citizen when Hawaii was granted statehood in 1959. But like, this is what Rep. Mace is worried about. Like, to Thanadir's point, of all the fucking problems that we have right now in this country, this is what she's focused on.
This is what all Democrats are focused on is foreigners. Like, we're so, it's such a boomer response.
It really is.
I can't believe, like, my great grandparent, like, I am not that far removed from fucking immigrants.
Well, this is what kills me. We're all fucking immigrants. If you are not Native American, if you cannot trace your fucking shit back to the Native Americans, we are all fucking immigrants, including Nancy fucking
we have to stop saying fucking immigrants because it sounds like we're out here running a porn site for having sex with immigrants. We are all...
I mean, maybe we should.
Right. It might get better views than the 11 we got last week. But for that point... yes, we are all immigrants, to your point. Like, we are all descendants.
Yes.
And again, it's not like we are, on my mother's side, I'm like Mayflower, 1700s, descendant from an immigrant. But on my father's side, I am like, Ellis Island. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. Because see, when I initially saw this, the person on Instagram that I saw it from was like, Ted Cruz wouldn't be able to even have his... Yes, he would, because he was born to U.S. citizens. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what, because I didn't realize what her amendment actually was about at that point. So I got all excited because I'm like, oh my God, this dumb bitch is just out here like...
Well, she's still a dumb bitch, girl. She's still a dumb bitch.
She is. So yeah, this is what Nancy Mace is worried about. And of course, to Thanadir's point, she's only doing it to target the Democrats. She's not talking about her own party. She's only talking about those that, are naturalized citizens in the Democratic Party, because that's the only ones that she's fucking worried about.
Well, especially because the Democratic Party are the ones that are trying to add more opinions and people of color and, you know, immigrants to our party and to especially the government. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about dumb bitch 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay. So Donald Trump is building a ballroom. I don't know if you've heard, but he's building a ballroom.
I've heard something about it. Yeah, but I don't know a lot.
Okay. So he came out and was like, so, you know, originally someone else was going to pay for it, just like someone else is going to pay for the fucking wall.
Right. Correct. Yes.
So then they came out and he's like, well, now we need, then it was like, well, it's only going to cost US taxpayers $200 million. It's only going to cost $200 million. Then he came out and he was like,
in front of that.
Right.
Like, Jesus.
Right. Then he came out and he was like, well, now it's only going to cost $400 million. Don't worry. It's only going to cost $400 million.
Don't worry.
And he said the reason why is because he's doubled the size. He's like, we realized that we need to make it bigger.
Bigger is better.
And he's getting interviewed by a female reporter. Oh, a bunch of female reporters.
Yeah.
And he makes the audacious claim. Yeah. And it's coming in under budget. And multiple reporters, including this woman, said, but it's double the budget. And he goes, that's because I've doubled the size, you dumb person. Can I tell you? And he said it just like that. But the fact was he wanted to say dumb bitch so clearly. It's like, oh, but he literally goes, I just said it's double the size, you dumb person. It's double the size. You're such a dumb person. Like he says it just like that.
Again, I don't know how these female reporters keep their fucking hair on. Oh, girl. Just like when he got in the fucking face of that female reporter on Air Force One. I would have lost my job.
Yes.
I would have lost my job.
Yes. Can you imagine?
No.
Like a president of the United States speaking that way to someone.
And here's the thing. The reason I can't imagine it is because, or the reason I know that I would not react well to it is because I have no respect for the position any longer because of who is sitting in the position. So if you want to go toe to toe, I'll drag us straight to hell. Like, I don't fucking care. You don't even act presidential. So go fuck yourself. Like,
so my husband has this like phrase where it's like, once you hit a man, you become a man. And I want to be like, once you start acting like a bitch, you become a bitch. Like, fine, try it. Go ahead and try it, dude. Like, oh God, this guy wanted to call her a dumb bitch so clearly.
Yeah, you want to call me a dumb bitch, and yet you shit your literal pants on the daily and fall asleep during your press conferences.
You know, I'm getting to the point where I'm aging. I'm not shitting my pants or falling asleep. I'm getting to the point where I'm aging. So, like, I'm going to be like, okay, I'll defend those of us who might or might not at some point in our futures become incontinent. But the reality is that this guy wants to, like, he's not going to his son's wedding.
Right.
Because he has made such poor decisions in his life. I just, you little fucking bitch. I hate this. I hate him so much. To your point, I have absolutely zero respect for him. I just, Husa.
Yes.
Husa. Yes. Okay. With that said, that is the last. I have a little thing about how Trump now wants to make people who are applying for a green card go move away while they're applying for the green card. Obviously, I think that's super stupid. I also watched a really fun segment on somebody's show the other day that was Stephen Miller's wife talking smack about Stephen Miller on all the podcasts that she goes on. What? So I'm going to tee that up for next time that I want to tell you about this because it's pretty enjoyable to watch, to be honest.
That's hilarious.
So I will get back to you on that. With that said,
are you ready for your happy ending?
Let's go for our happy ending, my love.
You're going to love this. You want to know why?
Yes.
Because it's coming out of Kansas City.
I do love that.
I know. Okay, so this man's name is Davis Rothler. He is the co-owner of Window Wolf, Casey's most trusted window washer.
Okay.
So he has a high following on social media. So, he's got experience as a social media content manager. So he often offers free window cleanings to struggling or unique restaurants and businesses in the downtown KC metro area. So for the business owners, the free clean is a welcome relief to high costs and low margins of running a restaurant, but he uses his meta glasses to record while he's there, and he talks about the business, and he interviews the owners or the employees or whatever, and he shouts them out. Literally, one of the businesses, so Window Wolf has 8,700 followers on Instagram, and it's growing every day. So he decided to flip the traditional food content strategy and tell the story of the people preparing the food, which other influencers just, eat and talk about. So Done Deal Barbecue is run by the guy who's also the director of entertainment at the American Jazz Museum downtown.
Okay. Nice.
He is one of the
district.
Yes, he's one of the beneficiaries of the Rothler recommendation, as well as Tasty African Food KC, Kolaches and Coffee, and Simply Grand Kitchen and Creamery. Kolaches and Coffee literally said he saved their business. They have people lined up around the block.
Okay, now I'm Googling all of these. I've got to go now eat.
Yeah.
Coffee.
So it's also said that in many cases, the content doesn't stop. He keeps coming back to keep washing their windows and keep talking to the owners, the cooks, the families, pulling out personal stories of struggle, passion, and triumph that makes the recipes served up at each location even better. So
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Done Deal Barbecue. That's in Grandview. Oh, so he must go all around Kansas City.
Yeah. It says awesome. Done Deal and Simply Grand Kitchen are located practically next to each other and each have lines around the block due to Rothler's recommendations.
That is awesome. I love it.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
I am going to start following this guy right now.
Yeah, Window Wolf. Yes.
I see it. Oh, a lot of the people
that you follow are following him?
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, we got to see some of these other hidden gems that he's got.
Yeah.
On here, but that is awesome.
Isn't that cool? I thought that was really cool. Yeah.
Oh, it all looks so good. Bougie Bakery. Oh my God, that looks good. Bougie Bakery. Yeah. Man, I went to a Chicago restaurant in KC. Ooh, okay, I'm excited. We're gonna have to go to to one of these.
Yeah, we totally should.
Okay. See, this is what happens to me. This is what happens to old ladies. They get on TikTok and they can't ever get it off. I'm just terrible about it. See, I feel like you and I need to flip our format and get off of podcasts. And do you ever watch Subway Takes on TikTok or?
No, girl, because remember I got off TikTok in a fit of rage a year ago and I never got back on it. So I just see stuff on Reels.
Okay, but they're on Reels as well. So Subway Takes on Reels. Find it.
I have seen it. Okay. Yes, and now there's one on the KC streetcar.
Really?
Yes. Have you seen the guy on the KC streetcar?
No.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, on Subway Takes, they do the give me your hot take or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, people with podcasts annoy their friends, and I was like,
oh, that can't be true.
Do I need right? That can't be true.
That can't be true because you're my friend, and yet I don't find our podcast or you annoying.
Same, but we're in this together. I just wonder if our other friends So I'm just saying, we might end up having to explore more short content TikTok releases instead of longer content podcasts, because the 11 people that watched our video last week, I have a feeling at least one or two of them may have been a friend and probably is very annoyed with us. So we'll see. Anyway, I love that happy ending. That is really awesome. I'm going to go out and watch some of those because I think it would be a lot of fun to find some new restaurants that way and explore some new stuff that way. That's awesome. So thank you for sharing.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a fabulous, it is Memorial Day. So definitely, I hope all of you have a fabulous Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget the reason for the season. In all fairness, we're thankful to our military friends and family that keep us safe and are sad for those that we have lost. So definitely will be at least remembering that on Monday when we are all off work and school. But with that said, it is the last day of school here in Kansas City. So the Hubs and I are about to go. I got a celebratory pie for us to try tonight. So that is what we will be enjoying this evening.
Exciting.
I hope you guys all have a fabulous weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And we love you. Bye.
Bye.